may be able to understand a little bit quicker. And it is just a long process. But we're able to do this kind of training with a lot of animals here at Como, which is super cool. And I think we are being joined by one of our lovely gray seals, Wally, today, which is super cool. As I mentioned, we have two types of pinniped here at Como. We have seals and we have sea lions. We have our gray seals and our harbor seals, which I think we get to see an example of all of them today. Our gray is here, one of our harbors is back here, and then we have sea lions, which there is one on the backstage today.
Oh, look at him.
But these guys are super cool, and all of them participate in this kind of training. And it changes depending on what we need to do for the day.
Yeah.
So some purposes of training can be encouraging to do different kinds of healthcare activities. As you can see right now, Wally is receiving some eye drops. That is a healthcare activity, and that is actually called husbandry, which is animal healthcare. So a lot of our training activities have to do with doing different kinds of checkups and doing it in a comfortable training environment, which is super cool. We're also able to check for different kinds of lumps and bumps, have them move around in certain ways and check if their whole body is looking okay. So by doing all of these things, of course, even when I go to the doctor, I'm not necessarily sure what to expect. And especially when we don't speak the same language as our animals, it can be a little bit scary to do different kinds of vet checkups and things like that. But through this voluntary training, they're able to get more comfortable with different kinds of healthcare procedures. And oh, there's the check-in for all the lumps and bumps on Wally here.
Do you have any water
That's
with
super
you?
nice. But
No.
we do these kinds of trainings with a lot of our animals here at Como. We're able to do vaccines with a lot of different animals this way, or with our pinnipeds do eye drops, maybe check their teeth, make sure their teeth are looking all healthy and lovely. But we can also do different kinds of activities that encourage them to show natural behaviors or do things just to have an exciting day and different kinds of enrichment activities. So we could potentially do Sparky Says today. Are we wanting to do Sparky Says today, Wally? Yeah. Cool. All right. So if you wanted to participate in something earlier today but didn't get a chance, now is the chance to participate. Have any of you guys played Simon Says? All right, so anybody who wants to participate can just stand up where they're sitting. We're instead going to play Sparky Says today. So if Sparky Says, of course, copy it. But if Sparky didn't say, don't copy it. All right, are we all ready? Sparky Says, spin in a circle. Very good. Sparky Says, jump. Sparky Says, spin in a circle. Ooh, Sparky Says, get on the little wave. Little seal wave on the side, maybe. Spin in a circle. Oh, I didn't say that one, but that's
That water
okay.
fountain quick.
Touch your head to your back.
To take my ibuprofen.
Now your forehead might be a little difficult, like our pinnipeds are able to. We're not as bendy as that, but it is still fun. And Sparky Says, give yourselves a round of applause. All right, that's the end of our session. You can take a seat again. But all of these different training activities have different kinds of purposes. We're able to get our animals to move around and either do different actions that they'd be doing in the wild or do health checks with them and make sure everything is moving okay. And seeing those natural behaviors is very cool too. Because of course here in Como Harbor, a lot of our seals and sea lions, they do not have to avoid predators or necessarily hunt because they're in a controlled, safe environment. So we want them to still show different kinds of natural behaviors, whether it be jumping out of the water, maybe porpoising, which is a super cool thing that pinnipeds can do, which is when they come up and out of the water multiple times to avoid different kinds of predators. Anybody know what the predators for seals and sea lions may be? Sharks are the biggest one. They have other ones too, but sharks are a big one. And there's some lovely singing from a sea lion back there, if you heard that. But yeah, orca as well are also predators. But we do have a shark here at Como, just not in this area. He's in our aquatic building. He's really cool.
Will you give it to me in the van?
Oh, and there we go, showing natural behaviors as well there with one of our harbor seals by jumping through a hoop. We can still encourage them to show different natural behaviors. And this is super enriching for our pinnipeds. It gets their brains working, problem solving, whether it's retrieving things that we throw out for them or jumping through that hoop. It gets them to problem solve and try to figure out different situations. And that is super good for them. Keeps their brains healthy, keeps them physically and mentally stimulated. It's just like people reading a book, watching TV, going on a run. These activities are super important for all of our animals here at Como too. And we have so many different activities we do with all of our different animals. We could do blood draws with polar bears, and we could do teeth checks with gorillas, and it is super awesome to see all of those examples. And that was kind of the end there. They received their fish-flavored ice cubes at the bottom of their bucket. But speaking of fish, all our sea lions have to check and make sure there's no ice left. Lovely fish-flavored ice. But speaking of fish, do any of you enjoy fish in the crowd? Enjoy eating fish? I love fish. I don't know about you guys. I love salmon. But if you do enjoy fish and want to help support these guys in the wild and make sure that they have enough fish to eat, forage fish is at risk, which is that herring, capelin, different kinds of fish that are eaten by seals and sea lions. And we're able to make good choices about the kind of fish we're eating. So I encourage you the next time you go grocery shopping or to a restaurant to look at our partner, the Monterey Bay Aquarium Seafood Watch. Seafood Watch is a good resource and lets you know if the fish that you're getting is a good kind of fish, if it's good for the environment, rather than something that may not be as good and affect the populations that our seals and sea lions rely on. Because can't these guys eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yum, yum.
Could they have a salad maybe? No, they only eat fish, so they really, really need fish. So by making good choices about where we get our fish, we're in turn helping them. But that's the end of the show today.